Now, the concerns around the social credit system, people look at China and go, yeah, but we're never going to be like that. And we've just seen what happened with lockdowns, is that in a range of measures, people around the world are looking at us going, what, free speech? We've got the Online Safety Act, non-crime hate incidents, hate speech. You've got people that are being imprisoned for social media posts when you've not got burglaries and stabbings being addressed, or when women are being attacked or rape gangs are going on, yet you're imprisoning people in Britain with the land of the home, like constituting the English Constitution, the idea of so many that have fought for free speech, the Reformation, all the things that Tyndale, all the things that led to our freedoms.
So imagine we have a national ID card. You're talking about all these things and how people are pilloried and vilified for saying certain things. That's not just governments doing it. How do you think a national ID card can be used to control us? We already have digital IDs for banking, NHS loggings, loyalty cards. So why will that make any difference? What could actually happen? You've got your ID card, you get stopped for speeding, show us your ID. What are you saying?
Well, it's not even just stop for speeding, is it? We're talking about Keir Starmer last summer announced there will be more protest banning orders, more restrictions on certain types of people with certain types of views, not being allowed to go to certain places.
Why does an ID card?
Because what then happens is if you've got a so if you've got a driving license or if you've got a passport, you use that at borders, like you can get your bag searched at borders. The police can't come up to you generally in the middle of the street and say, empty your bags out, unless they have an idea that you have committed a crime or are about to. It's a very important precedent. So saying that we have...
the ID card's not going to change that.
Saying that we say, hold on, let me just finish. Saying that we have ID cards already and that we've got driver license or that we've got a banking card. When you have an app with banking, there's a relationship between that commercial institution and yourself, right? Like it's ring fence. And we don't have as much a problem with having and particularly with doctors and individual clients. Where there becomes a problem is when the state has an all-encompassing reach on every part of our data and DNA, by the way, because the app with the NHS with Palantir is linked to that, also linked to setting up the CIA and not a British company, but we'll put that to aside for 1 second. When you've got a state that not only has the most amount of CCTV cameras everywhere, I mean, the fact is, Lucy, we still have crime all the time. So it's not that you have the CCTV cameras and you don't have muggings and you don't have, but the precedent set to have a bit more of a social credit system, to be able to do what the government has been saying, what the Scottish government said about parenting rules and restrictions and how you have to parent in a certain way, or for how Keir Starmer and Yvette Cooper said they're going to really crunch down on people who say things they don't like, or Islamophobia rules that are now being discussed to be brought in around the idea that you can't question or interrogate things. Or if you're a denier of the so-called absolute scientifically proved that we're all going to environmental Armageddon, when all of these things are raised and you can get a mark against your name quickly by a bureaucrat who presses a button, or you could get restrictions imposed. At the moment, there are discussions about how much people fly and travel. HMRC and civil servants that have not been elected and have not got warrants can now go into our bank accounts and take money out on the basis of welfare fraud or on the basis of other things. They are also looking at, when we register, flights and travel and trips. If you have an all-encompassing system that's a technocrat's dream, we may not be as well organized as the CCCP in China or as the old Stasi in Eastern Europe. But you've got technocrats who really do think that we drive too much. Look at what they've done to our roads across London and in Britain, that you need 20 miles an hour. Be quiet. If you're challenging it, you're an extremist. Let's take away the ability for them to be on social media. We've seen it with spies on the internet. We've seen the counter disinformation unit, the rapid response unit, the Twitter files, the lockdown files, and a continuation of you can't say that. A continuation of a very particular outlook with EDI and DEI and ESG, where many institutions, public and private, and the concern is that when you've got bureaucrats who like to say, well, that's beyond the power, that's not accepted, that in every area of our life there can be intrusions.